Hello, my name is Richard Herring.
And my name is Abdul.
And this is Sight on Screen.
Where two devilishly handsome hosts watch and discuss a movie that only one of us has seen before.
Yes, and yet again, it is me who has seen the film, but this time I was perhaps a little less kind than last week.
Just a little?
Just a little.
Just a dash.
Just a dash.
Splash of unkindness.
Yeah.
As some of you will know, that the new Top Gun is releasing in not too long from now.
Yep.
And in honor of Tom Cruise in that movie...
honor. Let's call it honor.
Let's call it honor. We went back to watch one of his earlier films. This was before...
This is the film before Top Gun, the original.
Yes, and this is probably the film that got him that role. Just like how Layer Cake was the film that got Daniel Craig the role of James Bond.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
This is the film.
Well, no, you're probably right. Okay, so here's the deal, everybody. Okay. Right. This is going to be a rough one, everybody. Just brace yourselves. So, you're probably right, because Top Gun is directed by Tony Scott.
Yes.
The brother of Ridley Scott.
Who directed this monstrosity.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear, Ridley Scott can be a good director. I mean, he is the guy who gave us Alien. He's the guy who gave us Blade Runner.
That's where the list ends. Usually for most people.
Yeah, for most people.
For most people, that's where the list ends.
Certain people are like, Prometheus is a bit of a give and take. Some people like, some people don't. I don't know where you fall on that one.
I think it's a okay movie with a lot of dumb stuff in it, but
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fine movie. It's nowhere close to the original.
More dumb stuff than Legend from 1985?
I can't tell you, because I was blacked out for most of this movie.
Oh, good God. I mean, just to be clear, everybody, we just watched this. I mean, we literally stopped the film 5 minutes ago before we started recording.
Yeah, and for this is Legend,
1985.
1985. Not to be confused with Tom Hardy's Legend, which was from 2013, I want to say.
20-something in that area.
Yeah, 20 that's in those years.
Yeah.
But yeah, not to be confused with that movie, which
different
has
Legend.
Phenomenally better acting.
Oh, just...
Even if that one got, like, smeared by critics, this one... I mean, the acting in that one, much, much better.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I like Legend. The one with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say. I was about to bring my gun to.
Yeah, we're preparing to pull the trigger. Clearly, I'd gone too far. I could not be saved. I mean, this movie here. Okay, so this was my pick, and it seemed appropriate because it is Tom Cruise. It is the one he did before Top Gun. But I gotta be honest, I forgot how bad this was. I hadn't seen this in years.
Yeah, and by God.
I remember it being bad. I do not remember it being this awful.
So I used to, at least, before this movie, I used to be in the group that would say, Tom Cruise has never made a bad movie, in the sense that he is usually the best part of every movie that he's in. Usually. Even if it's a horrible movie, he makes it worth it. Usually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure I'll agree with that.
Similar to old school Will Smith. Before Gemini Man and before before I Am Legend.
No. The downfall of Will Smith is something that will be discussed next time, which is the worst of the 2010s.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a week episode, or if that's going to be a Patreon episode, or whatever we're going to decide to do with that. But then Will Smith will be discussed.
All right.
I'll be honest with you, though. Tom Cruise almost made my list for worst of on The Mummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think The Mummy was the one that broke me from that line of thinking as well. But then this one, oh my God! If you thought The Mummy was bad, which it is, to be fair, it is a really bad movie. in all aspects of filmmaking.
Oh yeah, bad. Just as an overall.
Yeah, this one.
I mean,
the one redeeming factor I think for this movie.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah, I think I found one. Okay. Is like the first 10 minutes where the color grading is so intense that it's actually interesting to look at.
Well, I mean, the color. Okay, here's a little piece of trivia that is just kind of dominating for this film because it had such an effect on the entire project, which I think they were about, I'd say, halfway through filming or something like that. And then they had to stop filming because they were filming at the 007 Pinewood Studios, and the entire studio burned down. That's how I feel about this film too.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I mean, the entire studio burnt down. So all of the outdoor forest scenes, they had to record in the park next to what was left of Pinewood Studios. And then...
A depressing park, to say the least.
And then it led to two things. Number one, they had to ADR all the lines because this was an out public park. You could hear traffic and everything else happening, so they had to get all the sound out.
Yeah, because they didn't have a proper boom mic.
No boom mic, no studio set, no control. And number two, they had to color grade the living shit out of it.
To make it look like a fantasy movie. Because this is a fantasy movie.
Oh yeah, this is Tolkien-esque. This is
this is actually, I mean, if we just take like the very essence of what this movie is very much in the vein of like The Hobbit.
Oh yeah.
The book, not the movie.
Ooh. No, actually, I'll say it's in line with the movies. I mean...
Yeah, okay, and that's...
I think the Hobbit movie is a fairly modern equivalent of this movie. I mean...
Sure, alright, yeah, I can see that. But, like, I was just thinking, like, because you have the happy-go-lucky, little childlike, effeminate...
Oh, wow.
hero who goes on an adventure to save some... princess or something or other.
Yeah, the story is so all over the place. It's hard to keep track.
So yeah, give us a plot synopsis if you can.
Okay, so first things first. I think we watched the director's cut because we watched the one that is an hour and 50 minutes, not the one that's an hour and 34. The hour and 34 is the original theatrical cut, which everybody, including Ridley Scott and Tom Cruise, tells everyone to avoid. So we watched the director's cut, I believe.
The hour and 55 minute.
Hour and 55 minute, which is... I've seen the theatrical cut way back when. So when I saw first, even though I know you hate me for having picked the longer version, trust me, this one actually made more sense to the theatrical cut.
It didn't make sense because I didn't understand what was going on, and so I would have preferred seeing a lesser version of
because the original cut was like 2.5 hours long, and then apparently they did test audience screenings, and Ridley Scott listened to the opinions of stoners who couldn't follow the movie. Not kidding.
I mean,
not kidding.
If it still has the same scenes that we just saw,
yeah, completely,
then even the most sane of people would lose their minds.
Okay, so the story is, we have, we start with Lily?
Yeah, Princess Lily.
Princess Lily, who is being played by...
Discount Winona Ryder.
Discount Winona Ryder, which is a good way of calling her. Who is played by Mia Sara. Mia Sara, who is... I guess best known from being the girlfriend in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend in Time Cop.
Yes.
Both of which, I mean...
There's never enough time.
There's never enough time. I mean, it's...
There's never enough time.
Yeah, that movie is... Their relationship in that movie is...
Yeah.
Weird.
It's somewhat like this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give her full credit because she was. What did we figure out? We looked it up. She was 17 during the making of this.
17 during production, 18 when the movie was released.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason we both struggled to recognize her from the other roles is because she must have developed slowly because she looks 14 in this.
Yeah. Definitely.
She does not. She's 17 maybe during production, 18 when the film was released. Mm-hmm. She looks 13, 14.
Yeah. No. There was not a doubt in my mind that she was younger than 16.
Oh yeah. No, she looks
before we looked it up.
Really, really young.
I was like, this is not legal. Something's off here.
The fact that she is Tom Cruise's love interest, and Tom Cruise looks his age, which is early 20s.
Yeah.
it's
even though he's playing like a 10-year-old.
No, his entire acting style is a 10-year-old. And it's the whole thing is just kind of a mess of uncomfortableness. Especially when they put her in a really revealing dress. It's like
much later in the film, yes.
This is not okay.
When the infamous, well, I guess not infamous, but the very...
Tim Curry is infamous.
His infamous and absolutely marvelous Tim Curry makes an appearance in this movie.
Yeah, let's be clear. What you said about Tom Cruise being the best part of every movie, I don't know if I agree with that. I will say it for Tim Curry. Yeah, Tim Curry is the best part of everything he's in. Always.
Tim Curry is a gem that keeps on giving.
He is the gift for us all. In this movie especially, he is the savior.
And I mean, it's absolutely, it's a crime how little he is in the movie.
It's
considering how much scenery he eats up. It's absolutely insane.
But he's in a different movie. I mean,
yeah, because even his costume design has nothing to do with everything else.
Okay, no, sorry, we got distracted. Okay, so there's a
tangent aside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we both kind of just zoned out during this movie. We're gonna both have tangents asides, and wait, that happened?
Yeah.
We're gonna build a small separate side structure of moments we forgot happened independently, and we'll have to remind each other.
Yeah, well, you'll have to remind me most of the movie because I zoned out.
I tried so hard to pay attention, but it's a rough go, man.
It is a rough movie to get through.
I mean, if you're going to watch this, watch it with friends and alcohol.
A lot of it.
Yeah,
like blackout drunk kind of alcohol.
I mean, we gave up like halfway through and had to go get booze. Yeah, we're like, no, we need help.
This is
rough going. So we have a Princess Lily who is friends. There is a magical forest. We know nothing about this location. Nothing.
Other than the blues are really blown out
some reason. There's a lot of blown out blues and a lot of stuff in the air at every given time. Be it bugs or dust or haze or flower petals or whatever it may be.
The air is constantly in motion. In the sense of there's bubbles.
Yeah, snow bubbles.
The bubbles were weird because they came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it was literally snowing in like one scene,
and then the next scene there's just bubbles.
It's not even a scene; it's a camera cut.
Yeah,
they cut the camera. It's the same scene, and then it turns into bubbles.
And then we cut back and it's glitter.
It's glitter.
There's just glitter everywhere.
And then they cut again, and the glitter is gone.
And the bubbles are there.
And the bubbles are happening. The glitter on their faces and everything is just gone, and then the bubbles are back.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So there's constantly stuff in there. I'm speaking of glitter. The movie is
covered.
Yeah, the glitter budget was through the roof. They did not hold back on glitter.
It's a $25 million movie. $5 million went on just the glitter.
I would say more.
just so much glitter.
There's glitter. Glitter covers every single aspect of this movie.
I think they made that park outside Pinewood covered in glitter. I mean, they must have been an environmental disaster when they tried cleaning up this movie.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just years later, they're finding glitter everywhere.
Yeah, no, because it's in the sets. It's on like the forest, like you were saying. It's just everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was even, I guarantee you, there was even glitter in that underwater scene.
Oh, we'll get there. We will get there. We need to get through the plot. We need to get.
Oh yeah, we haven't got through.
We haven't got through the plot.
So yet. there is a princess called Princess Lily, and that's about as far as in the plot we got.
And her, I'm gonna call it her semi-boyfriend, is Tom Cruise as the forest boy Jack.
Yeah.
I think he's even referred to as the forest boy.
Yeah, I think so.
Child of the forest.
Child of the forest.
Child of the forest.
Or was that the other ones? They were the children
of the forest. I think that's him. God, I don't know.
The woodland creatures are children of the forest. He's one of them. And
sure.
He's supposed to be like the most pure of heart and innocent and doesn't really know anything.
Yeah, and then he takes her to see some unicorns for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's a big no-no.
No.
That's a fuck-up.
You can show her the unicorn, but don't get anywhere close to the unicorn.
Yeah, you can't touch the unicorns because they're sacred somehow.
They bring the light with their
by existing they bring up the sun somehow
or something like that. Yeah.
Or let's be clear, the entire plot could really be called "or something like that" for every detail because it is nonsense.
It is the most nonsensical fever dream plot I might have ever seen, and I've seen some shit like.
I had an easier time following Eraserhead than this movie.
Hey, don't speak ill of Eraserhead.
No,
I love that movie.
I love that movie, but
yes, it is.
It is a fever dream movie.
It is a fever dream movie. But yeah, like I've seen Robot in the Family.
Which apparently I need to watch now. Oh God.
Yes, that is coming up. After this movie, definitely that is coming up.
So that's revenge,
that's my revenge movie.
That's revenge. Wow. Okay.
And yeah, so I've seen some really messed up fever dream-esque movies, but this one is like, it's an incoherent fever dream. Like it was as if every day Ridley Scott would wake up and then would start filming whatever he remembers of his dream from last night. And then he'd fall asleep again, and then he would do the same thing the following night.
No, you missed an important step. He would before he went to bed, he would smoke some shit.
Yeah, there was pools of LSD.
Yeah, just
not pools of it. Not that LSD can be in pool form, but there were pools of LSD.
Yeah, Ridley Scott went swimming in it every night.
And so it's like the most jumbled up, incoherent,
it's
just
so much nonsense. So she touches the unicorn, and there are goblins, and they
no. Hang on. I mean, there is a sense of plot. So yeah, he takes her to see the unicorns because he likes her or something.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Or something. Yeah. I think that 14-year-old bod is really screaming at him. But
and then she decides to get closer, and he keeps on telling her, "No, don't do that." And he doesn't hold her back or anything. Nope. He just says, No, that's wrong. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Or sorry, we're
gonna do weird facial expression.
Yeah, no, the Tom Cruise, the combination of the words, Lily, no, that voice there, and then him making the facial expression of a rabbit.
Yes,
lots of teeth.
A rabbit is the perfect way to describe what he was doing.
This is the most teeth of
rabbit with a hint of squirrel. You know when squirrels start eating, and then all of a sudden they pick their heads up and they look around. Like, confused, as if they left the gas on or something.
Okay. The closest performance I can give you is the dog Doug from Up whenever he hears the word squirrel.
Yes, squirrel. And
then they just, every 30 seconds or so. Every 30 seconds or something, Tom Cruise heard a squirrel on set. He's like, squirrel!
It took me a second to get that reference. Well, yeah, squirrel.
He just gives this cocking head thing, and he just stops when he's doing it, then shows a lot of teeth, and it's really... It is
the unibrow does not help in this situation.
He is rocking a serious unibrow. I mean, like, wow, Tom, I didn't know you had that in you.
Something must have gone wrong in wardrobe or hair. I don't know.
I mean, I get the impression that they were trying to make him look less pretty boy because he'd done Risky Business already.
That's true.
We're past Risky Business.
That was 83.
His hair is a weird length. It's not quite long enough to be long hair, and it's not quite short enough to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2. It's kind of an in-between length, and it keeps ending up in his mouth.
The closest thing I can describe it is for those of you who are gamers out there and have played Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Link has that kind of weird ponytail with like things coming out of the side.
Yeah, I mean this
little floof that comes out of the side.
Yeah, a little bit of floof. I mean this movie
that's what this movie is.
This movie has been credited as a major source for the Legend of Zelda games.
Yes.
You do have a little fairy thing that's floating around and
Tinkerbell
and or what's
the demonic Tinkerbell, you mean?
Yeah, the one in the Zelda games.
Yeah,
Navi, that's the one.
Hey, listen, look out.
Yeah, that's pretty much an accurate description of how most people act in this film. Just going, hey!
If you thought the acting was bad in, what's his face? Help me out here.
I don't know what you're talking about. Help. You give me some information.
Mummy.
In The Mummy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
If you thought the acting was bad in The Mummy.
This is, Tom Cruise in The Mummy is Oscar-worthy compared to Tom Cruise in this. It is so rough. Because his smile in some of it, when he's supposed to look charming and endearing...
Well, he doesn't blink.
Number one, he doesn't blink. Number two, I think he's wearing contact lenses, because his eyes are...
Yeah,
there's something going on with his eyes here.
Yeah, they're very glossy.
Very glossy. Yeah. And he has the smile of a serial killer.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially with all the teeth and everything.
It's a really unnatural smile, and he's doing it a lot. And, Tom Cruise has never had the best teeth, but he usually hides them well. And now we've also got the monobrow. I mean, it's like, this is the least attractive Tom Cruise has ever looked.
You know the Tom Cruise meme when he's like laughing maniacally on like Ellen, I think, or something?
Oprah.
On Oprah, yeah.
On Oprah.
Yeah. And he's like, I feel great.
Yeah. That's the face. That's the face
he's making throughout this whole movie. With extra teeth.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he is a pretty guy when he's not doing that smile. The second he does that smile, you want to run.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But tangent aside.
Go
back to the plot. So yeah, she approaches the unicorns.
He touches the unicorn, and the unicorn...
No, she doesn't even touch the unicorn. She just comes close. The unicorn charges her.
It. This is the big deal.
No, the unicorn charges her.
Oh,
because I kept on saying, please let him stab her.
And then we're both still going like, do it.
Do it. And I immediately defaulted to 2008 Dark Knight Joker, where he's like, hit me, I want you to do it, come on, hit me.
Yeah, we have a real, like, rundown scene.
Yeah.
It has so much potential, and they waste it.
It just passes right by her, and it stops, and these goblins from before
earlier, we haven't seen him yet, but we have Tim Curry as the Darkness.
Yeah.
Who is, I mean, Tim Curry,
essentially
bless his heart. You know, it is the thing with Tim Curry. No matter what film he's in, he's giving it 100%.
Yes.
It's the same thing as It, that terrible 1980... Similar, I think it's a...
Hiya, Georgie.
Hey, Georgie. I'm from Long Island for some reason.
Want a balloon?
That's a little bit like Central New York. I don't know why you went there, but good for you.
That's what it felt like.
Hey, Georgie. No, I mean, and he goes for it 100%. He is completely on board for this character.
Yeah. And by far, like we said,
the best part
of the whole movie.
So much better than everything else.
He commands a goblin and his fellow goblinites, I guess.
Goblinites, sure, whatever you want to call these things, my god.
To fetch him a unicorn horn, because that's like, that holds so much magic, and he can become the ultimate being.
Yeah, if both the unicorns are dead, the sun will never rise, and therefore he can rule the world.
Yeah, and then somewhere in there, and we completely missed it, because it wasn't told, it wasn't revealed in the plot at least, but he's also looking for a bride, apparently.
I think that, I'll be honest with you, I think that was just a bonus along the way. It's like, oh, you brought me a unicorn horn and a chick. Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I'll fuck it. Kind of situation.
What do you mean she looks 14? Well.
It's Tim Curry, he doesn't give a shit.
Ooh. Oh, that's unkind. It's the devil who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Let's not blame Tim Curry.
I meant Tim Curry in this role. I didn't mean Tim Curry.
Yeah, let's not accuse Tim Curry.
Sorry.
Tim Curry. It's not Roman Polanski. I mean, come on. Let's not do this.
Sorry, I'll just have to do 10 Hail Marys and,
Wait.
I'll have to go to confession.
Wrong religion, but okay. No, I mean, Tim... So the goblins, they cut off the unicorn horn in possibly one of the weirdest montage moments I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah. So what happens is, the unicorn charges her, she freezes, the unicorn freezes, and they were able to hit it with a poison dart to subdue it.
It runs away. She does. There's a weird bit about throwing a ring in a river. It has something to do with something.
So then she runs back, and then they have a conversation where he tells her, you can't do that. This is sacrilege. It's very bad for you. Immortals.
Okay, I'm going to be really clear.
Mortals, I guess.
Yeah. I think the word conversation is generous.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of dialogue happening.
Words were exchanged. Yes. And so they continued along with their date, I guess you could call it. And then she tells him that she'll marry whoever catches her ring, which is like a fancy ring with the moon face on it or something.
Yeah.
And then she throws it on the side of a cliff into a ravine.
Let's be clear. Yeah, number one, let's be just clear. Yeah, they're having a date. They're having this date in the same way that me taking a girl to watch The Lion King when I was in kindergarten was a quote-unquote date.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, these
which is why you and I were so confused that these are clearly preteen,
Yeah, these are adults with hormones. I mean, and they are acting like children. I mean, their performances are childlike.
Yeah, they're prepubescent.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So she tosses the ring, he jumps after it.
And this is where we get into the weirdness.
Yeah. Not only is the fish eye lens distortion
the
effect
underwater scene
completely comes out of nowhere.
So from what I could tell when I was looking at it, I think I figured out what they did. They shot it in 4:3.
Yeah. Because they only had a 4x3 under waterproof camera, I guess. Yeah.
And rather than just adding bars or cutting it or cropping it, they just kind of warped the size of the footage to match a 16:9.
Not even 16:9.
235 academic range.
The universal.
The Academy.
That's the one.
Academy format.
Yeah.
So it looks like you went into a photo editing software and just kind of went
stretch the image.
It's like
because they simply changed the aspect ratio and they didn't crop anything, so they just stretched the image.
Super weird looking. Yeah. Tom Cruise looks like he's been flattened.
Yeah, and his face just goes super wide.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be underwater.
Yeah,
and we get some very.
I think this is like the most low budget way of showing like underwater distortion.
Yeah. But they shot it underwater.
I know, it's already underwater. You don't need to Aquaman this thing.
I mean, it's either they're doing a Shape of Water or Aquaman fake out. It's not like they're shooting on land and then making it look water after.
No, they actually
went underwater. And we get some uncomfortable upskirt of Tom Cruise.
Oh, much taint and buttocks.
I mean, let's be clear. He is wearing I want to say under a Speedo, kind of like a nature forest Speedo, something.
Yeah, like a G-string, not even for men, just straight up G-string.
Straight up G-string. I mean,
there's barely hiding his nutsack.
Yeah, no, Tom Cruise is on display in a lot of this movie.
For some of you, that might sound appealing. It's not.
It's not because it's combined with that face that just says, "I will murder you in your sleep,"
and the whole rabbit-looking squirrel.
I don't know.
Mannerism.
I wouldn't have believed you could make a 1980s Tom Cruise unattractive.
Yeah.
Risky Business?
Risky Business.
He's hot.
Cocktail,
he's
Top
hot.
Gun.
Top Gun, he's hot. I mean, that volleyball sequence, my God.
Yeah.
And here he is, and he is... It's squirrely and weird. It's just not okay.
There's a lot wrong with it, and...
So anyway, she gets kidnapped.
Yeah, so while he's underwater, they cut off the unicorn horn.
Yeah.
And then, that turns day into night.
Yep.
And it starts snowing.
Yep.
For some reason.
Well, you call it snow, but it's a snow machine, and it's a snow machine they will put anywhere.
Yeah.
Are you outside? Great. Are we inside? Yes. Snow machine. It's snowing in here too. How? Don't ask.
So yeah, it starts snowing and it's a violent storm. She screams for young Tom Cruise named Jack in this movie.
Yeah, he's underneath the water that suddenly has an ice layer on it. Yes. That's clearly made of styrofoam.
And he couldn't find the ring, and then I think he runs out of breath. Or
I don't know.
It's either that or he hears her say, calling out his name.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get out, and he has to punch through the ice. In the meantime, she gets so scared of the cold that she runs back home.
Yeah, because she just starts screaming for no reason.
Yeah, and just complete hysteria.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is...
Which you as if she's never seen a snowflake before.
This is the most...
Speaking of snowflakes.
Oh, yeah, this is the most olive oil, damsel in distress.
Yes. Oh, Jack, no!
She has exactly one moment of personal initiative later in the film, and that is it.
That is it. Yeah, it's definitely not a strong female character.
The only reason I know her name is because they kept shouting it.
Yeah, Lily.
Yeah. Lily. I mean, it's just...
In the exact same way.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Navi, when she keeps saying, hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Lily.
Lily. She has so little going on. There's no personality.
Oh, yeah, no. So, yeah, she again, tangent aside. Following
We're really trying, folks. My God. It is a struggle.
Sweating profusely.
Oh, just fighting it so hard.
So she runs back home.
Yes.
The goblins... We thought were chasing her, but it turned out they weren't. They just happened upon her house for some reason.
Yeah, she went in. There were people earlier. She went into their house. They're frozen stiff, including a baby, which is a visual. There's just
the baby had nothing to do with anything.
No, it's just a solid rock baby now. It's like wait,
everyone is completely frozen except for her and the woodland creatures, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, this house went all day after tomorrow, despite everything else being fine.
Everything else was fine. It was just snowing outside.
Yeah,
it's typical winter in the north. Like Canada. Yeah, Canada has more snow than
it's lots of fake snow going on. No, these people are frozen solid, including the fucking baby. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. So she hides in the attic. The goblins come in, they wreak havoc, because they now have the power of the unicorn horn, which is basically
a magic wand. Yeah.
Which is why I completely, reflex for me. I just went Hagrid's, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Oh yeah, no, you went there and I'm like, what do you do? Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then they just started doing magic wand.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, that one goblin with his hairstyle did look a bit like Snape.
Yeah.
He had a bit of a Snape thing going on.
Snapey thing going on.
So, okay, I'll get to it after we've done the plot, because I think we're getting to the point, though, where the plot becomes irrelevant.
Yeah. We'll rush through the middle bit.
Yeah.
So, but this is the essential.
Because this is the middle slog.
Yeah. So they trash the house, they leave, she starts following them, because they take the baby, and then she's like, "I'll make this right."
Yeah, but she doesn't follow them, because she gets to the fucking unicorn first.
No, she follows them.
They follow her.
No. She follows them.
Okay.
The devil takes back the unicorn horn that they cut off and tells them go kill the other unicorn.
But she's already found the unicorn.
So she runs off to find the unicorn to save it. They find her with the unicorn, capture them both, and bring them to the devil or darkness.
This is just nonsense.
And that's essentially the plot. And now young Jack
has to go save her, but
save the unicorns and kill the darkness
with the assistance of the the band of stupid that is just unbelievable.
God. And the most unnatural looking child.
Oh God!
I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but that child doesn't look.
This kid looks freaky.
It's not anything wrong with him like a physical defect or anything. No. It's just that I think they gave him a personal trainer or something, because he looks like sections of his body look like an adult, sections of his body look like a child, and it's just really, really freaky.
Yeah, I don't know what is happening here, because I'm trying to figure out how old this kid is in this movie.
That kid definitely is like 10, 11, 12, no more than that, I don't think.
1966, this was in 85.
Wow,
yeah.
No. Seriously?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, wait a second, there is an issue here, because it's him, isn't it?
David Benet?
Yeah. Look,
yeah, it's him.
This kid is older than he looks.
So he was 20? It was 18.
He was 18 in this, and he...
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then that kind of makes sense, I guess.
I mean, here's what we're reacting to. Visually speaking, if you had asked either of us how old is his child...
They don't... Just search it up, honestly.
Yeah, look up the pictures of this kid. He looks 12.
David Bennett.
He is a Swiss national, so he is... I mean, you can clear this kid as dubbed. They dubbed this kid... Everybody's dubbed.
Unless he just has a really good, childlike voice. I don't know.
No, he has this weird reverb thing going on. He's clearly dubbed.
And he does that weird, gravelly,
yeah, no.
Sometimes as well. Come on, Jack.
I mean, he looks 12. 13, 12. I mean, he looks
super
really young, but kind of buff, which is the weird part.
Especially his stomach.
There's a lot of muscles on display here.
His torso looks like a, if a 16-year-old was just starting to work out kind of thing.
Yeah.
But his arms look like he's a child, and his face looks like he's 10, 11. It was so off-putting.
Yeah, I mean...
The whole experience was off-putting.
I would say this kid falls into the same category as someone we talked about last time, Robert Zadar. He is a human special effect.
Yeah.
Just the way this person looks
that's the best way to
is its own special effect.
Because it kind of has that McLovin effect, you know what I mean? The guy from Superbad, McLovin.
Yeah, no, completely.
Yeah, because that guy... But at least that guy, you can sort of buy that, this is an adult. This guy clearly looks like a child.
Yeah, and it to a concerning degree.
Yeah.
And he's running around in the goddamn loincloth the entire movie.
Yeah, the entire movie.
Can we stop?
Can we please discuss where he brings the violin from?
Oh, yeah.
Where does he find the violin?
So let's be honest here. We're looking at one shot of Tom Cruise who's sitting in the snow being accused, straight up, Gestapo interrogated by this little fucker, and then we cut back to this child, and he is holding a violin, and the background is bubbles.
Yeah,
it's wait, what?
Yeah, that was the instant.
That was where the bubbles happened.
It switched from snow to bubbles. and then it stayed on bubbles for a while. He breaks the violin, turns to glitter. Yes. And then the following shot, same scene, following shot, it's back to bubbles.
It's just, what is happening in this movie? And he's got with him some little guys who look like they have been stolen from a Norwegian Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
They're little troll-looking guys.
Yeah. It's kind of like what you imagine. I think like from the Hobbit drawings, like if you get the children version, the modern children version of the Hobbit books,
yes,
the drawings of the dwarves kind of look a little bit like that.
I mean,
with the unnatural nose and the like weird hair and all that stuff.
Yeah. If you want a much more famous movie that is the closest visual approximation of this film is Labyrinth. I mean,
Labyrinth, yes,
it's very Labyrinth.
No, this whole movie very much similar to Labyrinth. But Labyrinth is a way better movie.
The only part that's better in this movie, and as much as I do love Bowie in that film, Tim Curry as the devil himself, is such an impressive sight.
Do yourself a favor and look up a picture. If you're not going to watch this movie, which we don't recommend.
No, do not watch this film.
But look up a picture or a GIF of Tim Curry as the darkness.
As the darkness. I mean, it is...
I'm the darkness.
Everybody else in this film, it looks like it's just, low grade budget. Did I mention the whole burning down thing? Yeah, the studio burnt down. So they had no time and no money for half the sets. Some of it's done well, some of it's really clearly done hastily on a no budget.
But they did not skimp out on Tim Curry's costume.
It's incredible.
It looks like it's from a completely different movie.
Yeah, a way better one.
Yeah.
He could be in Labyrinth as Bowie's boss. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
He looks so intense. But the best part is, of course, it is Tim Curry still, and he is Dr. Frankenfurter in this. He is.
Yeah, he brings out a little bit of that Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He's got sass in him.
He's got a lot of sass.
He's got these giant horns, and he looks like the devil, but he's like, oh yes, yes, princess,
oh yes.
Why don't you take a seat? I mean, he is suave, and it's not what you expect.
A shame Tim Curry never played 007.
Or a Bond villain, to be honest.
Yes,
he would have made an
excellent Bond villain.
I mean, that's the thing for me with Tim Curry in this, is that Tim Curry is bringing such a different... Because everybody else in this is overacting. Everybody else is...
To put it lightly.
Yeah, to put it lightly, because everyone else is in a quote-unquote 1980s fantasy movie. Everyone is hamming it up for this kind of faux Tolkien-esque thing.
Yeah.
And Tim Curry is acting like an actor in all this costuming. He is the most elaborate costume, but he is the most natural performance. Mm-hmm. And it makes it much more terrifying.
Yeah, no, he was really intimidating this movie.
Yeah, I mean...
The little that he was in was very intimidating.
He doesn't show up full form until an hour in.
More than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he disappears again and then comes back, because they keep shooting back and forth, but it's not so much back and forth, and it's just back for like...
we keep cutting back
for 2 minutes and then back for another 20 minutes and then for...
Yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest with you, I think we're just done trying to explain this plot, because it just does... The beginning has some semblance of structure.
Yeah, but
we set up a hero's journey.
Yeah, and so Jack goes out on a journey to find the princess.
Well, this is the thing. First,
take out the darkness and save the unicorn.
Yes.
And get the other unicorn horn.
Yes.
So they set off, they get captured, they go into the lair, and then Jack gets this incredible idea of, hey, let's blast the devil with sun.
Because the darkness himself announces to the world that is his only weakness.
For no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. You're missing out the fact that Jack... I mean, this is where the length of the movie comes from. That Jack... Number one, he finds out he's the one who needs to do this, because he goes and talks to the unicorn. And I swear to God, if this thing didn't...
What? That happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
My God!
They go and find the dead unicorn, and the other unicorn is riding around.
That's true.
Okay, you're the hero. You need to go save the day. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they give him like this fancy tunic.
And then he needs to go and get his weaponry and armor. Yeah. And that's where we introduce the child from the Sia music videos who is running around in this film.
Sure, that's one way to describe her.
it's a pretty close visual comparison, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a very, very... It's just like everything else in this movie.
It's Tinkerbell, really.
It's it's demonic Tinkerbell. it's if Tinkerbell was in The Exorcist.
Yes!
It's The Exorcist makeup on Tinkerbell.
On Tinkerbell, yeah. She's like, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah.
It's like...
That was the only thing missing.
Yeah, that kid looks so freaky.
They made her look so freaky with the contact lenses and all that weird stuff they were putting
and the hair. I mean, it's...
Oh, my God.
It's so weird. And yeah, no, she shows up, and then he needs to go through some kind of swamp area, and there's like...
Yeah, there's like a trial that he has to go through.
It is very video game-esque.
Yeah, he fights this like swamp witch hag thing.
Yeah, which again does look... She looked like a ripoff from The Witches.
Yes.
Like the same nose, the same visual style. This movie really is just a amalgamation of all of these fantasy things that they were trying to make work in the 80s. And they just threw all of it at the wall and hoped.
that was literally it. They threw it all at the wall, took out anything that has to do with coherency.
Oh, yeah. Screw that.
Screw that. Let's just make this fit.
And the worst part is, from what I understood, the 2.5-hour original cut was more of Jack getting ready to go and face the darkness and doing more side quests.
Oh, good God.
Can you imagine?
No, I don't want to. Like, usually, when a plot is incoherent, I describe it as, like, fitting a puzzle piece by hammering it in.
Yeah,
right?
No, exactly.
This is the equivalent of the puzzle pieces don't fit, and they just don't care. They don't even bother to hammer them back in. They fuck it.
Yeah, someone was given a puzzle box, and they've just built a complete...
Threw it. Yeah, just threw it in the air.
It's super glue, and just trying to make it look like something like modern art. It's just...
They super glue puzzle pieces to make it look like a 3D dinosaur.
It's just...
Just
so like, all right, bad.
This is something.
It's a 2-hour movie, and the middle hour of it is just gone.
They could have just removed it completely.
An hour of it, I would have been more on board.
Yeah, which is why the theatrical cut must have been better.
I'm telling you, apparently it was worse.
All right, but back to tangent aside.
Tangent aside.
So he kills the swamp witch hag thingy. Then they find where the princess is being captured. Yep. They go there. They get captured. They put her in a cell. They escape that cell somehow. I don't even remember how they did that.
I don't know.
They escape.
Someone brought out the gimp. I remember that.
And then, like you said, the devil just announces completely out of the blue that his only weakness is the sun.
Yes.
And that's why he wanted the unicorn horn to blot out the sun, basically.
Yeah. And let's be clear. This is Tim Curry monologuing in devil form. This is not a tone... And he's talking to the princess, who he wants to make his bride. He is not using the tone of, haha, I am so intimidating. He is using the tone of, so you want to go get some drinks later?
Yeah, that's very much so.
He is carrying a vibe that is, I mean, again...
Very like, hey,
how's it going? I have a voice of the devil and I have giant horns. Imagine what the rest of me is like. It's like...
Yes, that's exactly what it felt like.
It is such a weird tone to take with this child. It's like,
Speaking of child, the incredible revealing dress that she starts wearing is in that scene.
So she has they have a Jell-O moment. She is like...
Yeah, she just walks into this room, and then there is this like dancing, shadowy figure in the weird dress.
And this is where...
huge collar.
Huge. This is where we figured out where the money went. Because the set design is out of control.
Yeah. And the weird thing about that scene, the demonic Tinkerbell was there with her, running with her. I mean, she was running in the background, and then the minute the shadowy figure appeared, Tinkerbell just disappeared from the movie.
Fuck it.
She doesn't come back until the final scene.
Yeah, and then she's suddenly like saving the day. I don't know. It's so confusing because there is no semblance of coherence. I mean, the goblins are gone.
Yeah, the goblins disappear from the movie entirely after they capture the princess.
The darkness shows up looking like the cemetery man devil.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, oh dear lord, we need to watch that movie.
Oh my god, not another one.
Oh, it's great.
All right.
It's also equally disturbing. Moving on.
We're watching then in that case, the Dead Don't Die, or I think that's what it's called.
I still haven't seen that, so that's fine by me. I will accept anything with Jim Jarmusch involved.
All right, that's good.
I'm on board for Jim Jarmusch, even if it hurts me.
All right. Okay, tangent aside.
We're trying so hard, but this movie honestly is
So yeah, he says
so
that the sun kills him. Jack gets the brilliant idea of let's get all the sparkly things together and reflect sunlight onto him.
Yes.
And so they do that.
Yep.
They defeat the Pyramid Head.
Oh yeah, Pyramid Head shows up for a cameo, which was unexpected. We're both really just sitting there going, wait, what?
What's Pyramid Head doing?
There's a gimp and there's a Pyramid Head.
Why is his pyramid black and not red? What is this?
Why are we in Silent Hill? I mean, this movie takes some real weird dark turns.
This movie, if they told me this movie had it was a prequel to Silent Hill, I'd believe it.
Yep, no, exactly. This is the world Pyramid Head comes from.
Yeah,
suddenly it all makes sense.
So this is the other side.
Oh dear.
All right. Yeah. So they defeat Pyramid Head.
Yep.
They get a hold of all the sparkly things.
Yep.
And reflect sunlight from a what is it, like a chimney?
I think so.
Yeah. It's because they were burning bodies and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the chimney again. This is an 80s, 90s children's film.
80s.
So yeah. Mid-80s. 80s and 90s children films were not for children.
No, I mean there is serious dead body action going on here. It is weird.
Probably most millennials would know Return to Oz better than this one. So that's a good take where it's just a freaky horror-esque children's film.
There is an honest to God part where a dead body is reanimated, picks up a goblin, and jumps into a hole. And you're looking at that going, oh dear God. And then the goblin, as it's falling down the hole, goes, goodbye, amigos.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what?
What happened?
What is happening?
And Pyramid Head beats a corpse again and again with an axe. Just keeps beating it.
Just beats it. Just
in front of a fire in this really scary. Yeah. So the fire pit that they were burning bodies or whatever in, there's a chimney.
Yep.
They bring in sunlight from the chimney down through. And the light somehow breaks doors down.
Oh, God.
And pushes the devil into space, is what it looked like.
Yeah, no, there's space for some reason.
Yeah.
They're in a weird tree fortress thing in a swamp. But no, that's space.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
A portal, and they just push him through to space. And that's how the darkness is defeated.
Yeah.
And then, Jack gives the princess the ring, and they live happily ever after. Apparently.
Yes. I suspect
and
somewhere
the unicorns are both saved.
Something.
The dead unicorn is alive again.
Somehow.
Yeah. Don't ask.
The little demon child who looks like he's escaped from the recent Narnia films is there.
He's there. And that's essentially the plot. It's very nonsensical, and we've spent maybe 30 minutes trying to explain the plot.
40
That's
minutes.
The plot.
I mean, this is the problem, folks. I mean, we honest to God had to kind of stop this movie halfway through because number one, we couldn't believe there was an hour left to go.
Yeah, I said
so much longer.
I said oh my God, there's a whole hour left, and then Richard just looked at me like, oh yeah, you're right.
I'm I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way.
Oh no.
It's there can't be. We weren't even halfway through.
Yeah,
it's just an unbelievable slog. I mean, that's the thing. I can really get on board for a movie that's nonsense.
Yeah, me
David
too.
Lynch films are
yeah.
Complete insanity, but I love them and I can get on board for them and they're exciting.
Mulholland Drive, one of my favorite movies of all time.
You want to talk same kind of nonsense area maybe? Dune?
Yeah, sure.
But you know what? Dune, I'm engaged for that entire runtime. This thing here,
Dune is it's technically a bad movie.
Yes. I will agree to this.
But since it's David Lynch brings his David Lynchness to the film, and it makes it entertaining.
There's a lot of interesting weirdness happening. This weirdness here is just, it feels less like weirdness on purpose and more like incompetence.
Yes, because it's boring. It's incredibly boring to watch this movie. You would think that a movie that's really hard to follow and there's a lot of bizarre fantasy things happening, it would at least be engaging. But no, it's incredibly boring.
Yeah, because it's just nobody's motivation is really understood. The only character I understand is the Darkness, who shows up for maybe 15 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, 15, 20 at most.
Yeah, and that has nothing to do with the script. The script is doing Tim Curry no favors. The only reason it makes sense is because Tim Curry is Tim Curry.
Tim Curry is Tim Curry, yeah.
But everybody, I mean, it's just nonsense. And nobody is bringing a performance that really conveys anything.
Yeah, no. The performances across the board, horrible.
Just awful.
Except for Tim Curry, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim Curry goes in his own separate bubble in this film. He's in a different film, and that film is great.
That film is great. I wanted that film.
I wanted that film. Like, take me away from this terrible place.
And maybe that film ended up being It.
Yeah.
Hiya, Georgie. Which is essentially a miniseries, but whatever.
No, it has been released in both formats. It was released originally as a miniseries, but it was released as a 3-hour film for home video.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And that film
I actually rewatched the original It.
Oh my god, why?
After I saw the second It
I haven't seen the part 2 yet.
Oh,
I saw part 1. No,
bad.
That's kind of what I understood. I mean, part 1, honestly,
part 1 wasn't great, but it didn't throw me either. But it was interesting. At least it had some interesting visuals.
Part 1 for
me,
and
the child actors were good.
It was what I was about to say. Yeah. Part 1 for me is a testament to how good child actors are getting.
Yeah.
Because none of the child actors in that movie weren't bringing a serious.
Don't watch The Boy 2 or Brahms The Boy 2. The child actor is horrible in that movie, but whatever.
Brahms The Boy 2.
Yeah.
What?
Brahms: The Boy 2.
Oh, I don't even know.
They decided to go that route. I don't know.
Wow.
But whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair warning given, I guess.
but yeah. So the child actors in that movie were great. And they really sold the performances, but essentially didn't feel like it wasn't for me. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I had more fun watching the Conjuring movies, even though they're more formulaic.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I had more fun with those.
I mean, I like the first one. That's kind of where I closed down that shop.
And the first one is definitely better than the second one. I'm not talking about the spin-offs. I'm talking about the actual...
Right.
No.
Fair enough.
No. Actually, Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2. No. The
really?
Spin-offs... I haven't seen any of the spin-offs, actually. None of them. I just avoided them with five to play.
That's a whole different kettle of fish.
I know it's Blumhouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Just, I don't want that shit.
I liked the first Conjuring. I thought 2 was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just
it felt like, world building where they're just throwing these extra things in there, then they call it world building.
Now they're talking about a third one which is going to have a werewolf. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, my point was I had more fun with those movies which are very formulaic and they aren't really like there's nothing so special about them other than the fact that the movie focuses more on the relationship of the protagonists rather than the scares.
Yeah. No, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, and James Wan is sort of known to have a little bit of like a twist in his movies in that sense. He tries to focus more on people as opposed to things happening.
James Wan, for me, pretty much the only time he's kind of got me on board is Insidious.
The first one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of the only time he really got me.
Yeah, and everything. Same actor.
I mean, for me...
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick something.
Stewart, I think.
Patrick Stewart.
No,
it's not Patrick Stewart.
No, hang on. What's his name? Patrick something.
I don't know. We'll look that up. But I mean, for me, James Wan kind of is middle-ish. I mean, I didn't like the first Saw very much.
Yeah, I can understand.
Patrick Wilson is the guy.
Patrick Wilson, that's the one.
The devil made me do it. But no, Patrick Wilson. But no, I mean, James Wan, I didn't really enjoy the first Saw that very much.
I liked the idea that they were going for. Yeah. The execution I felt was so considering the budget, it's amicable what they did
completely.
But still, it's not my kind. Like I don't enjoy gore fests or just like that kind of scares. Those don't really scare me and they don't really engage me.
Yeah.
So
and for me,
I saw the first Saw movie. I was like, well, the idea is interesting.
It's a solid idea, but then it went completely off the hinges.
I saw the second one and I was like, I'm not watching any of the others. No, I haven't seen any of the others because it's just like, nope, not for me.
No, I had a day.
This is bad.
I had a day where I kind of did a bit of a kind of run through of the first 5 or 6.
Whoa, you went that far?
Me and my ex, we had a weekend and we just went for it. And as they went on, I'm like, oh Christ. This is terrible.
But so I enjoyed more the Conjuring movies than I did It.
Yeah.
And then It Chapter 2 came, and that was just, wow, what were they thinking? I mean, casting was phenomenal, but what the hell were they thinking?
I guess I might watch it at some point. I don't know.
I mean, if you like It, sure, watch it, but it's not great.
I mean, the one thing I will give Tim Curry, going a little bit back to him.
Oh, yeah, and that was what I was getting at, which is I went back and rewatched the original It.
Yep.
And it's surprisingly good.
It's all right.
Yeah, like I mean, because I was expecting it, and I remember it being. So I saw it as a child, and I remember it being really scary as a child.
Yes.
But thinking back at the scenes, I remember it. Like I can remember some of the scenes, and it was incredibly like hammy and really bad.
It's way over the top.
Yeah. And, you know, the puppetry and stuff.
I mean, it's made for TV.
Yeah,
and you really feel it's made for TV.
And the acting, especially on the adults, were questionable at best.
Kids aren't bad.
Again, yeah, the kids
aren't bad enough.
But yeah, going back and watching it recently, I was surprised because I think my expectation was set so low.
Yeah,
that I was like, well, this is actually not that bad.
I mean, here's the thing I will say for Tim Curry.
It's like a average movie.
Tim Curry, for me, honest to God, he is usually the best part of every film he's in. Mm-hmm. But he's usually not... The watching the film because of him is usually not required. Just find a YouTube clip compilation of his parts in them. Same thing for The Thing, same thing for Home Alone 2, same thing for The Shadow.
Same thing for Clue.
Clue? Oh, no, I like Clue.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but watch the whole film.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm saying for the other ones, just watch his part.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No. I'm saying like for both...
Because I really, really enjoy him in Clue.
I love Clue.
It's so good.
Clue is so great. If you haven't watched Clue, watch Clue.
Watch Clue, man. What are you doing with your life?
Take away from 1985's Legend. Watch Clue.
Yeah. No, seriously. Avoid this movie like the plague.
Yeah,
just watch Clue and definitely look up a YouTube clip or a picture of Tim Curry in Legend 1985.
Oh yeah, watch the clip compilation. Watch his bits on YouTube. I'm sure someone's done it.
Probably,
same thing for It. There's a supercut on YouTube of his parts from It, and it's way better than the film is.
That's probably
because he is having the time of his life.
Actually, you know, if he did a supercut of his parts in It, I think that would be a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, that would be a great movie.
It's really short, but it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
And I think it's the same thing for this. I mean, his parts in this are amazing. And then we keep cutting back to Tom Cruise doing the worst job of his career.
Essentially,
I can't think of a worse time for him.
This is worse than The Mummy.
It is worse than The Mummy.
I think that's the benchmark.
Yeah.
The Mummy, and then now this is below by far.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing: the Mummy, Tom Cruise is phoning it in. Bless his heart. I mean, Tom Cruise usually is a guy who brings his game to everything he does. The Mummy, he seems like he's phoning it in.
Well, I know. I mean, when he was doing the stunts, he's still him doing stunts.
Completely him doing the stunts.
He's still in it.
Yeah, but it's Tom Cruise stunt show. It's nothing to do with acting.
Yeah, he's not bringing his acting game.
Yeah. Whereas in this, he's actually trying, but he is
failing
so out of his element.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a perfect example of the fact that Tom Cruise has the same issue as Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
They are great in modern time settings where they're allowed to use natural accent and natural performances. The second you put them in period pieces or fantasy situations and all the rest of it...
like the 1992 Dracula.
1992 Dracula, 47 Ronin, I mean...
I like 47 Ronin.
I like it, but he is not matching up that film at all. I mean, he's a different thing.
If you strip away all the voice acting and just have the movie as a show.
Yeah, but I mean, Keanu Reeves is not in that movie. It's a different film. Yeah,
it's a different film, and it's again The Last Samurai. Tom Cruise,
yeah,
which is. Why is the white guy in this movie? Gosh. He has nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with this. Okay, that's a good question, though. Best Tom Cruise performance.
Best Tom Cruise performance. Oof, that's a tough one.
That's a hard one for me, I gotta admit.
Yeah, because he's... I mean, I would say probably... what is it called? A Few Good Men?
Okay, yeah.
Because he actually gives it his all, you know, like he's trying to really act. He doesn't usually when you watch a Tom Cruise movie, it's not so much the acting, because he's more of the charming, it's usually the charming guy who does some insane stunts, and that's Tom Cruise in a nutshell.
That's all of the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, and those are his movies,
completely.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, he's producing them since number 2.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think A Few Good Men is... At least the one that I can think of. I might be missing.
I mean, I have to say it as much as it kind of pains me, while I don't think it's my favorite movie from him, like any degree or standard, I prefer Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise. He is actually putting down a really good performance in Last Samurai. Even if...
That is true.
Even though he shouldn't be in that movie.
Right.
That is Ken Watanabe's movie. And it should be Ken Watanabe's movie from start to finish.
Yes, it should have been Ken Watanabe and some rando.
Yeah, but the fact that he is in it, he is doing a very good job.
Yeah, no, his acting is top notch.
Yeah, I mean, he's
for him.
He's putting down a really good dramatic performance.
Yeah.
All of that smiley pretty boy stuff is just gone. And that's really nice to see him pull off.
Yes,
but
it's kind of like the shift with Brad Pitt when he did what is it called, 2 Weeks in Tibet, I think.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah, 2 Weeks in Tibet, where he's playing the German.
Yeah,
2 years in Tibet.
2 years in Tibet. I think it's called. Because there he also like turns off that charming pretty boy, and he goes for a very dramatic performance.
But speaking of Brad Pitt, it just came to my head, and I can't believe because it's one of the only performances where it is Tom Cruise. Completely devoid of Tom Cruise. Credit to Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, yes.
Him as Lestat works.
Yes.
I don't know if I like that movie. I do like
I actually like that movie.
I quite like that movie.
I like that movie. I think it's for me, like, that's the, like, if someone tells me think of a vampire movie, that's the one I go to in my head.
Wow, really?
Okay. Interview with a Vampire. That's my vampire movie.
For me,
it's not Dracula.
No.
But it's vampire movie. Like, this is just for vampires.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that is my go-to for, like, gothic melodrama.
Sure.
If you want to know what gothic melodrama looks like in a film, that's the movie to look at.
Sure. Yeah. And my favorite part in that movie is Antonio Banderas. Oh my god. His tiny but amazing role in that movie. Oh god.
What is he doing?
I don't know, but it's great. I love every second of it.
I mean, I think Tom Cruise did a really good job in that movie, and I think he did a better job than Brad Pitt.
I agree. I completely agree.
It's the only time you'll find me saying that. I think, as a general, Brad Pitt is a way better actor than Tom Cruise.
Sure.
But in that one movie...
No, but in that movie, Lestat is way more theatrical than Brad Pitt. And, than Brad Pitt's actor. Character. I mean, Louis. That's what it was. Oh, Louis. So full of life.
I mean, Tom Cruise is bringing a whole different side of himself to that film.
No, but that's my point. Is like he is a very theatrical and like he's a very what do you call it? Like he likes grander performances.
Oh basically. Yeah, he is a showboat guy. Yeah, he is very much over the top.
So he likes that kind of roles, and this sort of goes in there where this is a very sort of over the top kind of character. It's a very different character than he usually goes for, but still. It's within that same comfort range.
Here's the thing: that time it worked. This time it failed.
Well, this time he wasn't over the top. Is the problem?
Oh yes, he was.
No. My point is he wasn't like active, or it was just weird facial expressions. This whole movie.
I mean,
there was physicality is what I meant.
Oh yeah, physicality.
His physicality. He loves roles that are. Very physical.
Yes.
And Lestat is a very physical, theatrical role.
Yeah. And let's be entirely honest, if there is one emotion that you can always guarantee Tom Cruise can nail, it's smug.
Smug psychopath.
Oh, and he is in all, the Mission Impossible movies, in Interview with the Vampire, he is smug to the point of smug.
It's oozing out of him, the smugness.
It's glorious. And I've got to say, personal favorite for me that I just adore. I love the movie, and I love Tom Cruise in the movie, Edge of Tomorrow, a.k.a. Live, Die, Repeat.
Yes.
That movie... I love that movie for one good reason. Honest to God. Someone looked at the casting for this story and thought, wait, we need to have an actor we need to kill repeatedly and still have be a hero. Who's an actor you want to watch die over and over and over again? but you still want to watch him win in the end.
Yeah, sure.
Tom Cruise is the perfect casting.
Tom Cruise is the perfect casting.
You know what? I couldn't have been happier to watch Tom Cruise being murdered over and over again.
But still root for him.
And still gonna get to the end, and he's kind of like, death has beaten him out of being an asshole. This is nice. That's a character I believe.
Maybe that's what we need to do with Tom Cruise in real life.
Just find a way to put him in a Groundhog Day loop.
Yeah. Ooh,
wait, are you still a Scientologist? Yes.
Boom. Back into it.
Get Cate Blanchett in here. We're making this happen.
No, it's not Cate Blanchett.
No, not Cate Blanchett.
It's John Krasinski's wife, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, who is awesome in that movie.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, she's so good in that movie. Why did I say Cate Blanchett? Same energy. Very similar energy.
Sure. Whatever.
Hella, her. Anyway.
Yeah, all right. I can see it.
Those are both women who are capable of playing serious badasses.
Yeah, no. Emily Blunt in Edge of Tomorrow and in Sicario.
Oh, yeah. Great. She's great. Awesome in Sicario. As opposed to Mia Sara, who is just...
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say as opposed to Mary Poppins, which is a horrible performance in a horrible movie.
I haven't watched it. The remake, you mean, obviously.
Yes.
Wait, that's her?
Yeah.
No.
She plays, Mary Poppins.
No. My childhood, no.
Yeah, no, it's a bad movie.
Isn't that the one with Hamilton boy? What's his name again? You know who I'm talking about, right?
I don't.
Oh, the guy who wrote and directed Hamilton.
It's got the same actor that we saw in Layer Cake.
Who?
I think he plays the Banks kid.
What are you talking about? Ben Whishaw.
Yeah, the guy that we were laughing at.
Yeah, Ben Whishaw. That's Ben Whishaw.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. He is the guy who wrote and directed Hamilton.
Ah, yes, Lin-Manuel.
I like him kind of.
Yeah, he's in there.
Ben Whishaw. I like Ben Whishaw.
He plays the Banks kid.
This movie could have done with a bit of Ben Whishaw.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Get rid of that little kid and put in Ben Whishaw. I would have been happier with Legend 1985.
Yeah, I think he would have done a
way better job
than
little French boy.
But yeah, so
can you tell how hard a time we're having talking about this film?
We usually give an arbitrary score at the end.
Are we at that point already? Please be. Oh yeah, we're close enough. That'll do.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
No, make it end.
I kind of want to forget this day right now.
It's not that bad. We had alcohol.
This movie was so bad. I want to forget the entire day, maybe the entire week.
Dude, we've already forgotten the movie. I think we're good.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember things to talk about, and I got nothing.
Yeah, so on a scale of killing yourself to strangling your balls and jumping out of a window.
Oh my Lord. Why have we gone full machete? No, I'm sorry.
On that scale, where does this movie fall? No. This movie falls on bludgeoning your best friend to a pulp. Is what this movie... That's the rating I'm giving it.
So let's be entirely clear. He's saying that while pointing at me. I made him watch this, and now he's going to make me pay.
No, but in all honesty, so from a 1 to 10, where 5 is
an average. Yeah. This is way below average.
Oh, this is. Whew, I mean, I would give this. So a 0 is a movie that just doesn't work. Like you put in back in the day, you put in a VHS and it's just static. That's a 0.
What is a 0 film? Really?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You put in the VHS, it's just static.
It's just static. There's literally nothing there.
Yeah, that's a 0.
Yeah, okay.
A 1 is a barely... It's a non-functional movie.
Okay.
Which I think this comes really close.
Ooh.
But Tim Curry, for me, raises it to a 2, which is a garbage movie.
I'm gonna just take it one step higher. I'm gonna say a 3, for the simple reason that this is the kind of movie where... The way I first experienced it, which is probably why I remember it being better, is with a group of people on a biggish screen, and everyone's just laughing at it.
Yeah, so
it's not meant to be the primary source of entertainment. The commentary is.
Yeah, so if you're gonna torture yourself, like if you have that urge, and you absolutely
if you
have
like
to watch
bad
this movie,
movies with people.
No, but this is not just a bad. This is a boring movie. This is the worst kind of bad.
That's true.
Yeah. So
2.5.
So if you really, really want to torture yourself, and if you're such a sadist, no masochist, if you're like a mega masochist, like you're through the ultra masochist, then watch this with friends with a lot of alcohol. Yes. Pre-drinking necessary.
Or you could do what I did and take your life in your hands and show it to one of your friends without giving them fair warning.
Yes, don't do that, because they will bludgeon them to death.
And that is the final episode. Abdul will be returning next week. I will be dead. No, it's... yeah.
Murder-suicide. I won't be returning.
This film has hurt you beyond beyond
this
repair.
Bad. This is really
it was a
bad.
real rough ride. No, 2. I'm gonna go with you on the 2. I mean,
yeah, it was tough to get through.
It really is a rough one. I can't remember it being
the only redeeming factor is literally Tim Curry. That's the only redeeming factor for me, at least.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else I can point to and think.
Yeah, because like even
good job. Really,
because even the shots, they're not particularly interesting shots.
Not really.
Yeah, and like so visually, there's nothing particularly interesting other than Tim Curry's costume.
Yeah,
and again his performance as well. And so performances, none of them were good or even bad. They were all horrible.
Just straight up, what are we watching?
Yeah, and so there was no sense of plot. There's no sense of something interesting to look at. There's no interesting dialogue even.
No.
So the screenplay
I can't remember a single line.
Barely.
Not a one.
Yeah. So yeah, by for me, the only redeeming factor was Tim Curry, and that would always be the case with Tim Curry. So
yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
It's not really saying much.
No, I mean, again, his design is so great, and his performance is so kind of what I wanted from this.
I think,
but we got so little of it. It's like a tease. It's if you'd just given me 5 more minutes of Tim Curry, it would have been a 3. But I can't really justify it now that we've kind of talked about it like this, because it is almost unwatchable because there is no cohesion. There is no followable story. There's no hero's journey.
And if there's a psychopath out there that actually enjoys this movie, get in touch with us.
Please.
Because you need to explain to us what it is that you're able to grasp onto.
Sightonscreen@gmail.com. We need to know what it is that is redeemable about this.
For the love of God.
We did everything we could. They told us not to watch the theatrical cut. We watched the director's cut. We put ourselves...
Which I hate you for choosing, but sure.
We put ourselves in the line of fire, trying to make this work.
Had this movie been a half hour less, but the same amount of Tim Curry, I might have bumped it up to 3. Yeah, maybe.
It's just...
Because then the Tim Curry to movie ratio.
But I mean, again, in my defense, I remember it being less awful.
All right.
I remember it being entertaining in an awful way.
You were inebriated, so...
Inebriated and with a group of people who were equally enjoying it. That would definitely help. And that helped. And trying to just watch it sober in the middle of the day, and it's just... We kept being distracted by other conversations. I mean, we just couldn't keep focus on this movie. We kept greening out. It was a slog.
Yeah.
So
and with that, we're ending the episode. Yeah. If you want to get in touch with us, sightonscreen@gmail.com.
All
one word. Or you can go to our Patreon, Sight on Screen. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, support the show if you feel that we're worth supporting. We're going to be trying to put these out, again, once a week.
Yeah, we're anywhere where you get your podcasts.
Yeah, and 1 week,
even YouTube, I guess.
Even YouTube at some point. We are attempting to wrangle the technology into our will. So
like wrangling horses.
Yeah, completely. Hey, have you tried dealing with YouTube algorithms?
I'm gonna break it in.
The first person who manages that is going to make a fortune. But no, I mean, again, we are really. We didn't enjoy it maybe this much this week, but we are enjoying this experiment and this foray into the podcasting world. So we would love to keep doing it. And if you give us a bit of monetary incentive, you know what? Thank you so much. We are very obliged to you.
Yes.
So, sight on screen.
And thank you for your time.
We will catch you next week, and hopefully with something a little bit less awful. However, you are looking at me with eyes saying you have eyes that are promising revenge. So,
yes, and I think revenge is a dish best served cold. So I'll even give it a few weeks to simmer.
Oh, okay. so we'll go for something perhaps a little bit less brutal next week.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel sorry for the audience more than anything, really.
Why? We're the one who watched the damn thing.
But yeah.
All right, we'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening, guys.
Kill me now.